Went and saw Shazam tonight. It was pretty good. I think it was better than the first one. Obviously, it built off the plot of the first one, so it made it a little bit better. Get more in depth into the story and the history of the franchise. And even the characters were a little bit better this time around. A lot of humor like the last time, but it played into the movie. You know, if you watch the first one, how the goofiness of that one, it's the same type for this one. But the characters are involved a little bit more. His family was involved more the whole movie, and they played a vital role. Of course, they got their powers taken away at some point, so he had to get them back. He gives himself up in the end of the movie. Well, he dies and gets revived by Wonder Woman, so a little spoiler there. But so in the beginning of the movie, you know, I guess you could say his family's falling apart because they want to do different things, but then these three goddesses come and then start stealing power, trying to take over the world, get the seed back to restore their realm or whatever. And so the rest of the movie, they're trying to fight them off and keep them from the seed, but they get the seed planted on Earth instead of their world, realm, whatever. So from there, halfway, again, they were trying to defeat the goddesses and restore their own world. There was actually some unicorns in the movie, some dark unicorns. They actually used Skittles and about taste the rainbow, so that's kind of a cool thing to look for later in the movie. Some of the creatures that they made for this movie specifically, like, I don't know if they're just demons or world eaters, I forget what they called them. They actually put a lot of effort into the details of these characters. Even though you don't see them for too long up close, they're more, I guess, background instead of up close. But when you see them up close, there's awesome detail, and they really emphasized them, and then the dragon that they used, the goddesses used to fly around. So I really enjoyed the graphics of that part. Some of just the little details, if you look in the background, like the silliness of some of the signs on the doors that they use to go to different areas, realms, and worlds, have some signs on it, so it's a little bit goofy that way, but it all plays into it. I guess it's almost a straightforward superhero movie. Not really too many spoilers or plot twists. The one goddess loses her power because she turns on her sisters and wants to save the world, and she gets them back in the end, as well as when Billy does, or Mr. Shazam, however you know him. I don't know what to really say without getting too much into details, but I really did enjoy it. It's going to build into the bigger universe. If you look at the end credits, it's going to bring in the Justice Society a little bit, and then like the character from the first one, the bad guy from the first one. So DC is really going to start expanding the universe per se, or at least they opened it up to expand the universe. There was a little bit of a love story between Freddy and one of the goddesses who did turn on the sisters, but it was basically a power struggle to keep the seed away from the goddesses and destroy this shaft that Billy destroyed in the first movie at the end, because the goddesses right off the bat put it back together, and that's how they get some of their evil powers and whatnot, and that's how they take away the powers from the Shazam family. So in the end, Billy actually overcharges the staff and destroys it as he goes into this tree of life and this dragon, as he kills himself. So the staff plays, so pay attention to the staff a lot. It goes back and forth a little bit between Earth and where the goddesses are from, and it brings in more backstory into how they got the powers. I don't want to spoil it, but how Shazam how they laid it out, like what the letters mean from the different gods, which is pretty cool. That's about halfway into the movie, so pay attention. But it just brings some of the gods and the backstory of gods, and you know how it's all relative to like this part of DC Universe into the backstory. I would say go see it in the theater if you can. It's really going to emphasize some of the details of the characters and just bring it to life a little bit more than a TV would. So definitely go see it. I would say it's worth your money. And again, it's family friendly. I think it's only PG-13. There might be a couple swear words, but there's really no goriness. I mean, obviously there's some violence, but nothing that should freak out kids, except for maybe like the darker unicorns. Little children might not like that, but other than that, I don't think you'd have an issue taking kids. Without spoiling much more, I would just say go see it, and then afterwards look into the DC universe a lot more to get some more backstory and details of what's going to happen in the future, because it's really going to expand and has the potential to become really big and good. So make sure you stay for both end credits, or at least look them up on YouTube afterwards, because it really does bring things together. I don't know, little things like from the first one I will touch on real quick before I quit. The lightning striking the house, that plays a little bit of into the humor of the movie, which is pretty cool. So they just didn't like forget about that as they turn into the characters. But I don't know, go see it, enjoy it, and have a good night out.